Undoubtedly by now you've seen about the Sigma BF. Well, you might be wondering when Sigma going to release the GF for all of these lonely photo boys out there. But don't worry, because many years ago, Panasonic already did that, and they released the GF line. I'm sure there's at least a GF 1, 2, and 3. This is the GF2. While I was waiting in that little limbo of not having a interchangeable lens camera that was working properly with my X-T20 being decommissioned and I hadn't bought the ZF, I was looking over Facebook Marketplace and I saw this camera on sale with the 14 to 42 kit lens, I think, for $100 Canadian, which is a great deal for a nice mirrorless camera. It's so nice and small and compact, so I got it. And I also later on picked up this 17mm 2.8 from Olympus used from a camera store, so that's great. This is a nice little kit, and today on Walkabout we're going to try it out, and I'll use both lenses so that I can stick to that original $100 price tag that I paid for this. But this other lens was also just an extra like $150. It's not a horribly expensive lens. I bought it from a camera store, but you can probably get a good deal on it used on eBay. There's a few different pancake lenses for these micro four thirds sensors, so you have a few options, which is great because you can have a really nice compact body and a nice compact camera that really just is pocketable. The only drawback with this specific one is that there isn't a built-in viewfinder. There's a port for one, so you can plug in an electronic viewfinder that they sold, but I haven't been able to find one that's a decent price, so I haven't really bothered. And since I'm not really using this as much anymore, because I ended up buying the ZF shortly after, this was still a fun little experiment, and I do intend on keeping it because it's so nice and compact. So I might consider getting a little optical viewfinder attachment. Anyway, welcome to this week's Walkabout. We're just going to jump right into the pictures, and we're going to go out and shoot with this GF2 from Panasonic. Oh, and we'll talk about the camera a little bit more on the other side. So I hope you liked those pictures. Let's talk about the GF2 for a second. This thing is tiny. I have small hands, so this might not be as obvious, but compared to the X100T with my hood on it, the GF2 is basically the same size going out, extending out from the body. If you take the hood off, the X100T is definitely smaller because the lens is so tiny on it. But the GF2, it doesn't protrude too much, and the body is both narrower this way and less tall than the X100T, but of course you do have to have attachments for this if you want a viewfinder. So this is just a generic viewfinder attachment that I bought off of AliExpress. There will be a video about this later. This is about, I think, 24 millimeters, and I'm shooting a 35 millimeter lens, so I just really use it for general framing, just so I have something to hold up, because I'm so used to going like this with my cameras, and I kept doing this with the GF2 and like blinding myself on the screen. Anyway, this thing's a little bit old, so the screen's not the best. There's not a lot of functionality in terms of the buttons. There's really just some buttons on the back in the little D-pad here, a quick menu, a playback button, and one dial. There's a built-in flash. There's a little port if you want to plug in the EVF. And on the top, you just get the on-off switch, the shutter button, a little button that turns it into full auto mode, and a movie record button. But the movie quality isn't the best on this. It's quite old. It wasn't really made for that, in my opinion. Overall, though, battery life is good. It's compact. This really genuinely could fit into a pocket. It's so small. Weight is good. It's got a little bit of a little grip on the front, which doesn't look like much, but honestly is quite good for something of this size. And, you know, startup's a little bit slow, but given its age, I really can't complain about anything. The only thing that you should note is that there's no electronic shutter, so it's a little bit loud. So that's what it sounds like when you take a picture. But honestly, when you're on the street with cars and stuff passing by, I really don't think anyone can hear it. I've taken some pretty good street shots with it, so I can't say that there's anything wrong. I'd say Micro Four Thirds bodies, there's a lot of them out there, and they're pretty nice. So hopefully this is a little bit useful to someone looking for them. And the value on these is undeniable, because I bought this for $100 with the 1442 lens, I think, and the going price now, like I can still see on Marketplace, I can see some for 200, 250 with a 14 millimeter prime lens, which is nicer than the kit lens I got with it. I bought this lens for about 150, so you can get good deals on these, both bodies and lenses. And the entire system is so compact that even longer lenses like the 45 are really only like this big. So I do think it's worth exploring, especially if you're looking for something compact. Overall, though, there's a lot of these GF bodies. I think they go all the way up to GF9 or GF10, so there's a lot of newer options if you're looking for something. It doesn't have a viewfinder, but if that's not a deal breaker for you, then I think that's a perfectly good option. Overall, I really liked it. The dynamic range was pretty good for a sensor of its age and size. And yeah, I think that they bring a lot to the table. I really enjoyed my time with it, and I'm probably going to keep it around for a little bit longer. I have a few friends who've been shooting Micro Four Thirds recently, and I'm digging it, honestly. I like the compactness. It doesn't really matter that much, and I think that the deep depth of field that you get with Micro Four Thirds is actually quite useful for things like street photography. So overall, it's got some advantages, and yeah, I look forward to using it a little bit more. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope there was something useful in there for you, or you just had a good time. And I'll see you in the next one.